There is currently a bit of a situation brewing in the Catholic Church, not related to the Sacred Conclave, but related to Donald Trump wanting to be Pope, and cradle Catholics versus convert Catholics arguing with each other, which is a thing. A lot of Protestants decided to go back to being Catholic after things in the Protestant Church didn't go the way they wanted it to for whatever reason, and we remember Catholics are the original Christians. We all must remember that. And the Catholics have a way of doing things that's one way. The Protestants have a way that's doing things that's another way. And it's one of those things where there's a lot of things to think about. Now, does Donald Trump want to be Pope? More than likely, yes. I do think that he actually wants to be Pope. And the reason I think he wants to be Pope is because he wants more power and to consolidate more power into the way he is, into having the Pope and the presidency of the United States. Then maybe he'll try to become King of England, and then basically he's a person who wants to rule the world. And there's something like 1.1 billion Catholics, I think. How many Catholics are there? I'm looking that up now. They're the largest branch of Christianity. This is the 1.406 billion, according to the Vatican News. And the Catholic population is growing. Now, people who grow up Catholic know that the Catholic Church is incredibly ritualistic. Incredibly, you do this, you stand, you kneel, you sit, you stand, you sit, you kneel, you sing. The priest reads you the Bible. You go to the Bible class. You go to community Catholic education. You do Catholicism one way and one way only, and that's the way you do Catholicism. And Protestants have always been taught that the Pope is the Antichrist, which is weird because the Pope is the successor to St. Peter. I don't really know how this is going to work. And I just would like to take a minute to think that the Pope is just, the next Pope is not going to be Donald Trump, because you do have to be Catholic and a cardinal. They have made it so you have to be one of the 133 electors to actually be Pope, and if you aren't Pope, or if you aren't one of the 133 electors, you don't have the ability to become Pope. That does mean that Joe Biden can't become Pope based on what they're doing now. But Joe Biden, under the normal circumstances, where you can be just any Catholic male, could have become Pope, but he's not going to become Pope. Joe Biden doesn't want to be Pope. Under no circumstances would Joe Biden want to be Pope. But Donald Trump becoming Pope would lead to some interesting things. And here is something interesting about the AI-generated image of Donald Trump as the Pope. So the Ten Commandments are, let's go ahead, Exodus 20. And God spoke all these words, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. First commandment. Trump is trying to make himself a god here. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. Then there's you shall murder, adultery, steal, false testimony, covenant, all that stuff. That's an idol. The Lord said to Moses, others, are you seen for yourself that have spoken to you from heaven? Do not make any gods to be alongside me. Do you not make for yourself gods of silver or gold? Trump has made himself into an idol and a god of silver and gold. And it is something that is definitely goes literally against the Bible. Chapter 60, Exodus 20. It's the 60th chapter in the Bible. Or 70, because Genesis is 50. Just go back in there. Read the Bible, please. If you're Christian and you're supporting Donald Trump to be Pope, please go back and read the Bible. Because, no, he can't be Pope. And it's really unfortunate that so many people think that he can be Pope and want him to be Pope. And there's also, like, rules about altars and stuff in there. But the Ten Commandments, Donald Trump breaks all of them every other 5 seconds. And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy5436. TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.